Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome to another video about Linux. Alright, so about last year, around this time, maybe a little bit earlier, I made a video about the best Linux software out there, or at least the 10 most popular and most used Linux software for their categories. And so now I'm just going to do an updated list. Alright, so number 10 on this list is going to be OpenShot Video Editor. Now, there are a lot of video editors out there on Linux, and I honestly think that OpenShot is the best. Not only because it seems to work on no matter what Linux OS you have, it also has so many features, and on top of it being open source and free, it literally can do a lot of the things that I really need to get done when it comes to making projects, when it comes to editing videos, doing slideshows, really anything. So kudos to OpenShot. Now, number 9 on this list is going to be Pigdin Instant Messenger. Now, you'll see right here, I actually don't have an account signed up for it. I don't really use Pigdin much, but I know that it's a very good application, and I had to put it on this list because what it is it's an international sort of app that lets you use all of your services out there, at least the popular IMing services. And so you can use AIM all the way down to MSN, using Yahoo, and most importantly, probably for most people, is being able to use that Facebook Messenger app right there. And so you can log into all these, manage your accounts, use them, and then not have to really worry about going to all those different websites to talk to people, which is really awesome. Now, number 8 on this list is going to be good old Skype. And for people who don't know, Skype has recently dropped an app or a piece of software for the Linux community. And so now you can always use your Skype services and do your video chats on Linux, which is awesome. It's still free from Skype to Skype users. And honestly, while I'm not a big user of Skype, I know many people across the world are. And so I'm definitely going to have to put this on the list. Now, number 7 on this list is going to be getting down to text editors. And while there are so many awesome text editors out there, and personally, I've really, when it comes to doing editing or writing some code on Linux, which I'll be honest, guys, I usually do most of it on Windows. Sorry, don't hate me. But when it comes down to actually doing some work on Linux, I really like using Vim in the past. However, recently so many people have really been using Sublime, and it seems like it's sort of taking over the newer community of Linux. And so I'm going to put Sublime on the list because honestly it's pretty good. It has a lot of features, it has a lot of in-depth personality to it. It recognizes all types of code, and also it's very malleable and has a nice GUI that you can actually get around. And so for people who actually care about that whole front-end work, it really is helpful and it's nice. Now, number 6 is going to be Dropbox. And for those of you who are wondering where the actual app like graphical interface is, it doesn't really have one except when you open up, and once you log in, it actually integrates with your manager, your file manager, or at least the Dolphin file manager, since that's what I have installed here. And by the way, guys, this is Manjaro Linux, by the way, and this is the KDE theme, just in case people are wondering. So as you can see right here, I have this little pop-out menu I can use where I can launch the website, and also if I go into my file manager, I now have access to all my files. And for people who don't know, Dropbox is pretty much the most popular cloud storage service out there on the web. Unfortunately, Dropbox doesn't give you a whole lot of storage because I guess they probably know how popular they are, and the fact that they're the only cloud storage service that's popular out there and secure and actually available on all operating systems and even mobile devices. But it's still awesome, and I love using them, and I like how I can access all of my files right here from my file manager, just like it's integrated into the cloud with an Apple device or Microsoft. Number 5 is going to be good old LibreOffice. And for people who don't know, LibreOffice is pretty much the most popular, at least competing with OpenOffice, the most popular office management suite out there when it comes to Linux and open source. Because I mean, it's not Microsoft Office, but Microsoft Office isn't really an option, and Microsoft Office isn't free. And LibreOffice is amazing. It has all the tools that Microsoft Office would have, which is writer documents, spreadsheets, you can do presentations, you can do the drawing, you can do the mathematical formulas, and even use the database app to, I guess, make databases. I honestly never use that app actually. Really, it just comes down to writer documents, spreadsheets, presentations, and maybe occasionally using the drawing suite, but really I don't use the rest. All right, now number 4 is going to be a music player, and a very popular music player. And this may be debated amongst the Linux community of what the best music player is, because there are so many, but I'm going to put Clementine on this list. Personally, there's another one I really love, and that's called Tomahawk, but because it's not really available on all the OSs, and then even building it is quite complicated, I'm going to put Clementine on here. And Clementine is pretty much your best alternative to iTunes or whatever music player you want to use out there. It has a library, search options. You can put all of your music and import it in here. You can set up playlists. You can, access all of your online and services, and also like music players, which is really cool, like Spotify and Pandora and things like that. You can connect your devices and transfer music and things like that. You can check the song info, artist info, and download pictures and album art and all those other good goodies. Now, if you're looking right now, the actual design is really clunky and it's really old school, and there's nothing that makes you go pow. It's nothing that amazes you, but it's very solid, and that is why Clementine is on this list, and why it's on many other people's list as the number 1 music player for Linux. Alright guys, so number 3 on this list is going to be wonderful and so important GIMP, which stands for the GNU Image Manipulation Program. And it's pretty much the most popular open source and Linux version of Photoshop, and it's also available on all the other operating systems out there like Windows and for Mac and stuff. And it's really awesome. I've used it for so many years. It was on my previous list because it's awesome, and it still has to be on the new list because there's still nothing, in my opinion, better. But there are some that are getting up there and trying to compete, but they just need a little bit more work done, and they might just overtake GIMP one day. But as for people who don't know, this application has pretty much all the things that Photoshop would have in it. It just has sort of a older looking UI, and it might not be as graceful while you're performing these actions, but you can open any type of photo, you can make animations, you can add all types of filters, you can do whatever you want, you can adjust gradients, and you can change and create pretty much whatever you want. Alright guys, so number 2 on this list is going to be VLC Media Player, which for people who don't know is the number 1 media player for really any operating system, period. VLC has an incredible and powerful capability to play videos of all types, of all formats, with all different types of codecs, audio or video. And this is essentially important because there's so many OSs and so many video players and media players out there that look nice, but they really can't play half the stuff you have, especially older files from years and years ago, because there's so many different formats that are changing and updating over time. And VLC is awesome at this. It usually works flawless no matter what you're doing, and it's free and open source, so how can you not love that? Plus, the VLC team has always been good to the internet community. Now, number 1 on this list, and for people who might have already guessed, is going to be Mozilla Firefox. And just like on my previous list, Mozilla was number 1, and it's still number 1 because Mozilla is amazing. The team is amazing. They've always been great. They've always stayed true to privacy, and also being a good tech company that doesn't take everyone's data and do all types of horrible things with it, and also create this open source browser that's grown and took in sort of the heart to the Linux community. And on top of that, it's flawless. It works on all the OSs out there. It doesn't matter which one you're on. You'll have Firefox as an option, and it has all the great features you want. And personally, just like on the before I say that, I also love Chrome. I would tell people, if you have a Linux OS, you should have Firefox and you should have Chrome, because Chrome has many features such as the integrated HTML capabilities and all that Firefox sort of lacks because of certain rules and regulations that were put into place. But you have to have Firefox. It is essential, and this is why Firefox is number 1, and also number 1 Linux and open source browser in my eyes. But alright guys, that was the top 10 most important and essential Linux applications or software out there, not including like essential or pre-configured things like tweak tools and all that. I consider those things that should be installed on all Linux operating systems from the get-go. There shouldn't even be an option, or people shouldn't even have to install that. I mean, if you're getting a fully integrated and fully created and designed OS that's for intermediate or beginner users, they shouldn't have to go and search for that kind of stuff. Or like Synaptics Package Manager and things like that. Everyone should just have that. But so that was the 10 that people don't necessarily have to have, but should definitely get. And also check out some extra apps. I have a few on this list that I'm going to talk about, and then also I'll definitely want more people to comment and share their apps and new software and all types of cool stuff, because Linux has so much. And so I would say also check out Simple Screen Recorder, which is what I'm using right now, which is amazing. And it is so hard to find a screen recorder software on Linux that works so good. Kdenlive, K3B Disk Writer and Burner, Minitube, SM Player, Master PDF Editor, Firelight, Mozilla SeaMonkey, Digicam, Webmin, Steam, Pythos, Audacity, Thunderbird, Gedit, Vim. So all those are also really great apps that you should check out. Thanks for watching, guys. Please comment, rate, and subscribe. It is so important and so helpful for you guys to hit that like button and that subscribe button. So thanks for watching, guys. Peace out.